So I was running errands today. I ended up stopping in the home decor section of Target. Started looking around. I was like, that kind of looks familiar. And it's sad to say, but it finally dawned on me. Like, I know trends are cyclical in nature. Anything that was once trendy or once in style goes out of style, and then something similar to it comes back up again, and suddenly it's in style again. For whatever reason, though, it didn't occur to me that the things that we're seeing in the stores these days at like Targets and the Walmarts and Pottery Barn, all those places, are just basically dupes of older things. So today, because of this discovery, I think I'm going to actually take the things that I found today and try my best to kind of find vintage duplicates of it. So basically, we're looking for trendy decor dupes, although technically it would be that the things in Target are the dupes and the vintage items are the originals, but obviously that's not a really cool title. But as always, I'll put the timestamp right here if you want to fast forward right to the haul. And without further ado, let's go thrifting. It has been a while since I've been this excited about a thrift haul, but let's get into the haul. Okay, first up is this pink lamp right here. I really love this so much. I have a similar style to this already. It is red, which I feel like is perfect for decorating for fall and winter. So when I saw this one, I was like, yes, springtime. And I don't know what this actual color pink is called, but I like to call this vintage pink because anytime I see vintage pink things, they end up being this color pink. So I really like this one. Now I did take the hardware off that attaches those kind of lampshades, and that's only because I couldn't thrift a lampshade for that. However, I did instead buy a lampshade. So I thought this type of lampshade would be more suited for this kind of base. I've seen the triangle shape. I do really like them, but for whatever reason, because of this dainty pink, I wanted some kind of delicate lampshade on top of it And so I decided to pick this lampshade. Of course, this style lampshade is not a brand new idea either. This kind of style lampshade you could easily find on another vintage lamp. But this lamp was $8.99. Obviously a much better price than the $30 that I was seeing in store. And I could say that I have a vintage piece for my home. It's trendy now, but it's still vintage. Okay, next up is this bowl. Feels weird to say, but I don't remember a time where there wasn't like styling bowls for like tables and stuff like that. Like obviously there probably was a time, but I just don't recall ever not seeing a styling bowl on an entryway table or a styling bowl on a bookshelf. When I was in the store, I was kind of looking at styling bowls because I was like, that's a safe bet. You can always find large bowls in the thrift store. Oddly enough, slim pickings when it came to like large bowls to style with, but managed to find this one, which is a handcrafted piece. So I don't know, I thought it was cool though. So this was kind of like a combination of both that cream colored bowl and the one that I saw that actually had the candle in it. It has the scallop details. And this is one of the ones that I was like, I think it has potential. So I'm glad that I picked it up because as soon as I styled it, I was like, okay, yeah. So obviously this one is not an exact replica of the things that we're seeing in the stores these days. It's still a really good piece to actually style with. And I feel like it basically embodies the same premise. And after seeing it styled, I actually fell in love with this style that much more. Unfortunately, off the top of my head, I don't remember the price of this one, but I'll put that on the screen right now. So definitely feel like it was worth a buy in the thrift store. Okay, next up is this cute little bud vase. Bud vases are really cute. It's not something that I usually pick up, but that doesn't mean a bud vase doesn't have its time to shine. So while I was looking around, ribbed glass was very apparent on pretty much all the glass items that I saw in Target. I was thinking, okay, if I can find some kind of decorative glass, we can basically compare the two. So when I actually found this ribbed glass bud vase, I was like, okay, that's perfect. And nothing against obviously the store style, but I actually prefer this one more. It's a little bit more on what I like personally versus what I saw at Target. I also really like the top of it. It's almost like a scallop or a floral kind of rim to it. Very nice piece to style with. It was only $2. All in all though, $2 for this is not bad at all. And I think it's a cute grab. Okay, next up, this picture. When I was at Target, there was a picture. I was like, okay, pictures. Pictures are pretty easy to find, you know? Like, I don't think I'm gonna have so much trouble finding one, but let's be real. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my ceramics, but if you're going to give me the option between ceramics and copper, I'm going to pick copper every time. So this one I'm going to totally say deviated from the whole premise of this video and was solely a purchase because I wanted to make the purchase. Anytime I find something copper, if it's not something that I already have, odds are I'm probably going to fall in love with it again. So this was no exception. Pictures are beautiful on their own. They're great to style with in the kitchen, or if you just want to put them in your living room, you know, styled as a vase. I think they're actually pretty versatile. But other than that, I will be the first one to say it has nothing to do style-wise with the one that I saw in the store. Like, if you're forcing me to say something that makes them similar, it's basically that they're both pictures. But regardless of that, really glad I picked it up. And this one was $6.99. Again, I think a fair price. Copper obviously is something kind of like brass in my thrift stores, where if it's there, it's usually a little pricey because of the fact that it's just high in demand. So $6.99 honestly for a vintage copper piece like this, honestly, I don't think that's bad at all. So I'm happy. Totally missed the mark on what we were doing in the first place, but that's okay. Next up was trying to find floral artwork. Now, I already knew this was going to be very difficult, and I say that because in my own time, I am looking for like floral artwork in oil painted landscapes and stuff like that. So I went in fully knowing that the odds are that I'm actually gonna find something is very, very low. So basically, I settled on finding artwork that had florals in it. So I ended up finding this. This basically has the same premise where you have in the center a vase with some florals in it. So I feel like this wasn't like a total miss. I think it was actually pretty good. Style-wise, I know this is a little bit more suited to my style, not necessarily trend styles, because I have been like really obsessed over these really saturated pictures where like the colors are off. I figured this one was probably the best we were gonna find when it came to pictures. The whole point is to find vintage, but also to find something that's cheaper than what you would see at the store. So for me, I'm like, I know this is pretty old when one, it has a wood backing, but two, it also has like nails just like hammered in as part of like holding the wood backing in. This one I feel like is good for what it is though. Like if you're looking for like a floral piece, this is not bad, but I really love this one. If I really wanted to mimic the style of the store piece, I could easily change out the frame and put a gold frame around it. And this one was actually $10. Keep in mind, the smallest one that I actually saw in the store was $12. So this one doesn't totally hit the mark with what we were trying to do. However, I think it's gonna be one I'm gonna wanna style with a lot. Okay, next up is this cute little piece right here. I'm gonna call it an end table, but I'm not sure. Based off of its height, it kind of seems like it's a little small, but then again, there are so many end tables that are like too big for couches too. So maybe this was just kind of like the overcorrection of all those large ones. This one was really cute, the mid-century kind of style of it. Honestly, when I first saw this one, I didn't think I would love this one so much. I was like, I don't know how I feel about the white top, to be honest. After styling with it, I was like, yeah, I get it now. It works. Style-wise, a circular end table is kind of trendy right now. You can find so many styles out there. Most of them I feel like a little bit more pedestal style shape. However, three-legged circular end tables, that's honestly not hard to find. The way that it's actually attached to the tabletop is actually really cool too. It's kind of like this brass bracket that is screwed in to the table, and the legs are screwed in slightly out from the table itself. So it kind of creates this really cool style that honestly I fell in love with. So this one was originally $12, which, you know, not bad, but the thrift store was doing 20% off. $9.60 is a great price for this in my opinion. So I haven't personally found anything lower than like $59.99, and there probably are cheaper options out there if you're looking for like a pedestal style or a three-legged table like this. So this price in my opinion is actually pretty good, so definitely not going to complain about it, and really happy I actually bought it. Okay, last but not least is this lamp right here. It's a swing lamp, it's vintage, and it's brass. I mean, say no more. I really have been like obsessing over floor lamps. I think this might be my 5th one at this point, to be honest. I actually really like the lampshade too. It's like kind of like a triangle shape, but I really love the panels of it. This one was originally $15, but again, it was 20% off. So this ended up being 12 bucks, which honestly, floor lamps, that's pretty good in my opinion. If you can find one under 15, I think that's pretty good. If you can find it for cheaper, even better. So a floor lamp like this, swing arms, I feel like you see them everywhere. I feel like Studio McGee in particular has a lot of similar style lamps to this, but they're pretty popular just about everywhere at this point. I do feel like this was a good buy, and definitely a lot cheaper than what you're going to be finding in the stores. So I'll take character and a lower price any day. So this challenge was a little bit fun. I liked actually going to the store, seeing what I could find, and then trying to find the vintage counterparts. Because a lot of time I feel like people find dupes of things that are still new age because a lot of different companies are trying to mimic the popular styles of now. So looking for specifically vintage items that kind of fit this umbrella was a little bit challenging, but still very much rewarding. To that point, I will say, whether you like something or not, odds are it's going to become a trend at some point. But regardless of whether it comes into trend, just confidently love what you love. But I want to say thank you so much for watching, and thank you for thrifting with me. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!